Tiffany and welcome back to my channel. If you like sewing and DIY videos, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you want to get right into the tutorial, you can skip ahead, but I also wanted to give you all a little bit of a life update. Mark and I are officially married, and I just wanted to share some of my favorite photos from the wedding. We got married in Guatemala last September, and it was just so perfect. I am absolutely still coming down from that wedding high, and we've also spent the last few months working on the house. We opened up this wall here, which used to be the wall that I filmed all of my outfit before and afters, and we're still figuring things out, so please excuse the mess. I actually filmed all of this footage back in October to make my birthday outfit, and I am finally getting around to editing everything. And I'm also realizing that this outfit kind of works for Valentine's Day, which is coming up, so let's get started with this tutorial. I recently discovered FabScrap, which is an incredible organization that is dedicated to reducing fabric waste. They have a location in Brooklyn, which is the one that I went to, but you can also shop online on their website. I ended up buying these Marc Jacob fabric scraps in 2 colors, and I'm pretty sure these were used as print samples because you can see the file name that's also printed on the fabric. Here is the inspiration for this outfit. I definitely want to play with mixing the pink and reds together because I love the way the contrast looks, and I know I want to make a corset, so I'm going to go ahead and use this pattern as a base. I've actually had this pattern for a while now, and I'm only realizing now that I bought the wrong size, so I'm going to make this in a size 12, which is the smallest size on this packet, and then I'll just decrease the seam allowance to make it work. As always, I've traced out my pattern pieces, and I've added some height along the top here, as well as some length to the bottom. I cut out one side in the pink fabric, and I'll sew these pieces together. I'm going for a color block look, so I made the other side in red. Now I'm placing these pieces together right side spacing, and I'll sew together along the center seam, and just look at this perfect rose. I cannot believe how well everything lined up, and I'm so proud of this pattern matching. Now I'm going to follow the exact same steps to create my lining, but this time I'm going to use the seam allowance to create my boning channels. You can see here that I've just sewn a straight stitch about 1/2 inch from the seam, creating a channel. I place my shell piece right side spacing, and I'll sew together along this side, along the bottom, and up the other side. I've gone ahead and turned it to the right side, and you can see here that the top section is still left unsewn so that I can insert the boning. Note to future me to make the channels a little bit wider because I did struggle a little bit inserting the boning because the channels were just a little bit too snug. I'm also using spiral steel boning, which I prefer over plastic boning because the plastic will eventually lose its sturdiness over time. Once all the boning was inserted, I basted the shell layer and lining layer together along the top, closing up the opening that was left earlier. To finish the top, I'm going to go ahead and cut out strips of fabric to use as binding so I can use that to enclose all of the raw edges and give it a nice clean finish. The top is almost done, and I'm just going to use these eyelets that I got on Amazon and place them along the center back. I have been contemplating getting an eyelet press for a while now, and I think I might finally invest in one, but this process is honestly not that difficult, but definitely takes a little bit of patience. I decided to only insert the eyelets to the smallest part of my waist, but this is purely stylistic. You can absolutely add eyelets all the way along the center back. Finally, I used this cord that I got at Joann Fabrics, and here it is all laced up. I'm going to be working on the skirt today, and I'm actually going to be reusing the skirt pattern from this upcycle from a couple of months ago. If you want to see that tutorial, I'll make sure to have it linked down below. I'm sticking with the color blocking, so here is the front of my skirt sewn together along the center front. Moving on to the back, I'm starting on one side, and I'll go ahead and sew in the dart, and then I repeated that for the other side. Now I'm placing these pieces right side spacing, and I'll sew together along the center back from this point to the hem, leaving the top open for the zipper. Here's what it should look like at this point, and next step is to sew in the invisible zipper. I am working on an invisible zipper tutorial, so I'm hoping to get that to you very soon. Now I'm just placing the front of the skirt right side spacing, and I'll sew together along the side seams. Here is what the skirt looks like now, and I did decide to hem the skirt before continuing because this fabric frays like crazy. Next step is to finish the waistband, and I went with a facing instead of a full lining because this material is pretty thick, and I didn't want the skirt to be too bulky. The facing is pinned right side spacing, and I'll go ahead and sew this together. I've given the waistband a good press and understitched the seam allowance to the facing for a nice clean finish. Finally, I hand sewed a hook and eye to the top of the zipper, and here is the finished outfit. You all know I love making separates so I can mix and match the pieces, and I still cannot get over how perfectly this rose lines up. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I am so happy to be back and I'm so excited to bring you so many more sewing tutorials. I've also posted more on this outfit on my Instagram, so make sure you're following me there at Little Toe. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for being so patient as I get back into content creation again. And as always, thank you so much for watching.